worst thing that can happen on the road is an accident that results in bodily harm. So the important question is what happens to your loved ones after your untimely passing? If your home is paid for, I still think you need homeowners insurance. You worked a long time to get that home. Let's make sure if you suffer a total loss that it is covered. Hello, welcome back to My Insurance People. This is CF again. In this video, we're going to talk about what is really covered on your insurance policies, the pros, the cons, the misconceptions, and standard forms, and why insurance isn't a cover-all contract. Matter of fact, standard insurance does not mean complete insurance. It is very important to know what is already included and what is optional, what you might like to add on to your insurance policies. Let's start out with auto insurance. What is covered, what is not. In the state of Virginia, you have to have two forms on your insurance policies. You have your regular bodily injury and property damage limit, and you also have uninsured property damage and bodily injury. The uninsured is for when somebody hits you without insurance, you're still covered on your policy. Collision and comprehensive. Comprehensive is out of your control coverage. Rain, hail, trees, animals, and collision is when you are at fault in an accident, you and your vehicle are covered as well as the person that you hit. Bodily injury. The worst thing that can happen on the road is an accident that results in bodily harm. This coverage protects you and the person that you hit. What happens when you hit a car with 3 or 4 passengers and your limit is only $50,000, $100,000, and they all have to be flown to the hospital? The main section of your auto insurance policies is bodily injury protection. The state minimum limits here in Virginia are $50,000, $100,000, but if you hit a car with 2 or 3 passengers, it may not be enough. The optional coverage of roadside assistance will include towing, tire changes, and key lockouts. Your rental reimbursement would pay for your transportation while your car is being fixed due to a covered claim. In Virginia, it is mandatory to have uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage. Whether you ride on 2 wheels or 4 wheels, the coverage forms are the same. You'll have your coverage with uninsured, underinsured, and you can also list comprehensive and collision on your motorcycles. Many times in an accident, people become frantic and they don't know what to do. Call the insurance company on your ID cards and start the claim immediately. When you're involved in an accident, it's very important to stay calm, make sure everybody is okay, call the police, and have the report. I think the main things to focus on auto insurance: are you underinsured? Would you like to look at different coverage limits? And would you like to see if your car is currently covered on your current policy? So what's important to understand is how much you're covered for out there and whether or not you want your car covered in case of an accident. It's important to drive safe and know how you're covered out there. Now, on to homeowners insurance. What's covered on the standard policy form? You have your coverage A, which covers the structural integrity of your home. Your coverage B, oftentimes listed as other structures, covers other structures on your property, whether it be a garage, a shed, or an outbuilding. Your coverage C, known as personal property or contents coverage, covers the contents inside of your home: valuables, collectibles, furniture, clothing, and more. Speaking of personal property coverage, it is important to have an itemized list of what you own and what is valuable to you. Have you ever wondered what's covered on your homeowner's policy when it comes to liability? If you have a guest at your home and they trip down the stairs, it is covered under your liability limit. Under the liability section in your homeowner's insurance, a lot is covered and a few things are not. If a guest trips down the stairs, they're covered under the liability section in your homeowner's policy. Oftentimes, people think dog bites are covered. If it was a restricted breed on the list that the homeowner's company provides, it is not covered. And the most common exclusions on a homeowner's form are separate policies that you can purchase, like flood, earthquake, earth movement, mudslide, and more. Some companies might offer an abundance of optional coverages, but the meat and the bones of your policy is going to be the structure, any other structure on the property, your liability limit, and your personal property. Is it covered? If you're looking at a new home to purchase, it's good to look into the insurance. Maybe there's a peril that the insurance agent will find that he or she sees fit for your policy, and you get an idea about how much homeowners insurance would cost you. If your home is paid for, I still think you need homeowners insurance. You worked a long time to get that home. Let's make sure if you suffer a total loss that it is covered. In Virginia, we don't have to worry about earthquake too much, but it's still a good option to get it shopped. There are optional coverages that are available to you on homeowners insurance forms. The ones that I suggest: always water backup from the inside of your home. home. And also home service line covers if you're connected to a county or city line. For water backup, you may think it's included automatically. No, you need to have it added to your policy. What happens when a pipe bursts on the inside of your home? It's not covered automatically. You have to add it to your policy. Home service line coverage includes when they have to dig up in your yard to repair a utility line, whether it be water or electrical. You can also add jewelry riders to your policy. That includes your jewelry, your valuables, your collectibles, and any memorabilia. And also some other forms include income loss if you lose your job. On homeowners insurance policies, there's a plethora of optional coverages. It is important to insure your home up to replacement cost value. Last but definitely not least, life insurance. Term insurance is exactly how it sounds. You'll have a term of 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, and so on. You'll have a coverage limit that could be a range of $10,000 to $1 million in coverage or more. So in term insurance, if you succumb to a death and you have a beneficiary, life insurance might be the most important form of insurance. So the important question is what happens to your loved ones after your untimely passing? Will they be covered? Will they be able to pay debts? Will they be compensated enough to live the lifestyle that they currently live? On a life insurance policy, there will be a beneficiary or beneficiaries listed on your policy. If something were to happen to you, they would be compensated the coverage limit listed on the policy. What that means is if you were to pass away during that term, they will pay out the coverage limit listed on that policy. For today, we'll leave the comparison between term and whole life for another video. Whole life does build cash value, and we'll talk about that later. That wraps up the information on the different types of policies. Not sure if your coverage fits your lifestyle? Give us a call, 540-401-6789, or visit our website, myinsurancepeople.com. Have you ever been involved in an insurance experience where you're in the thick of it and you're wondering if something is or is not covered? What your insurance did or did not cover in the middle of an incident? Share your comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe this channel, and we'll keep you informed about insurance happenings. See you next time.